Hey guys, welcome to Bucket List. I'm Raji and today we are going to be unboxing the package from Lock the Box and they've sent me 35 books and two big boxes. Without further ado, let's get started. To tell you a little bit about how this thing exactly works, there are three boxes and each box has a different size and different price. And once you choose the box, you can also choose the books that go into it, and how many ever books fit inside that box is yours. So some of these are second-hand copies and some are boxed sets. I'm just hoping there are no pirated copies in it. So let's just begin. So this is how the first box looks, and it has around 20 books in it, and I love how colorful it looks. So let's just see it one by one. These five books which came in a set. So it is Kavita Kane's books. I've read only two books from the author. It's called Sita's Sister and Lanka's Princess, and I adore her writing style. It's fresh and new perspective to a story that we already know. So it's very difficult to do, and I love it. And we have actually had a workshop together where she was talking about how to be an author and like marketing and sales, and how to really hold your readers attention and all that. And I'm sure she doesn't remember me now, but it was like a fangirl moment for me. So I got all her books because I am the biggest fan. So we have Ahalya's Awakening. So she is one of the women from Ramayana, the Fisher Queen's dynasty. Again, I love how creative her cover designs are. This is Menaka's Choice, Karna's wife. And this is the brand new book that came out last month, and I was really hoping to get a signed copy, but I couldn't. Nonetheless, we have Saraswati's Gift. So all these books are very short. I'm sure I can finish it in 1 or 2 days max. So glad to add it on my shelf. This next book is also from one of my all-time favorite authors, and it is The Mistress of Spice by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Now, I've read The Palace of Illusions, The Forest of Enchantments, and The Last Queen, and they were all 5 on 5 ratings for me. She is just something else, you know. And I'm sure I'm going to love this book because it's magical realism also. So, can't wait to read this. Next, we have Sudha Murthy's book. Don't judge me, but I have never once in my life read a Sudha Murthy book, and this is going to be my first one. Well, better late than never, right? So it is Sudha Murthy's The Daughter of a Wishing Tree. From a Wishing Tree. It's unusual tales about women in mythology, and her writing style is supposed to be very simple and easy to understand, and it has folk tales from all over India. And it might be too religious for me, but I'm just like in love with all these illustrations. Just look how cute it is. So yeah, I can't wait to read my first ever Sudha Murthy book. If you have been following me for a long time on Instagram or YouTube, you would know that I'm trying to read one book from every country in the world. So obviously I'm going to add to that collection as well. So first we have a book by Paulo Coelho, and it's hardcover, guys. Okay, so it's called Hippie, and I don't know much about this book, but it's supposed to be following a very young boy who wants to be a writer, and he just travels the world. He travels to many places, and some of the places include Bolivia, Peru, Argentina, Amsterdam, Europe, Central Asia, and Kathmandu, and then he falls in love with this girl who is also a traveler. And I don't really know if it's going to feel like a travelogue or a romantic story, but I'm very intrigued to read this just because of the fact that this book can take me to so many different places. But this book is basically from Brazil, so that's why I chose it for my one book from every country in the world collection. So there you go. Next, we have this book called Milkman by Anna Burns. Guys, I'm just going to blow your mind right now. Are you ready? Okay, so this book has many characters, and none of the characters have names. And also it covers a lot of places, but the places also has no names. I've never even heard of such uh, I mean, it does seem complex, but it also has very good reviews on Goodreads. So I'm going to read this very soon, I think. And this book is from Ireland, but I'm not sure if this is like situated in Ireland. But yeah, like such an interesting, arc to follow, right? Wow. The next book is A Sprayed Edge, and it's from West Africa. And I don't know anything about the story, but I just got it for this gorgeous design, and it's called The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. Let me just read the blurb to you. Are we girls or are we demons? Are we going to die or are we going to survive? In this bold and immersive fantasy, a young heroine fights to save a world that would dare tame her and discover she is her own fiercest weapon. I feel like this book is like written for me. I mean, I got it just for this gorgeous cover, but I'm obviously going to love it because I love fierce women. I love it when women don't want to be tamed, and I love fantasy, and I hope it's got a little bit of magical realism as well. So this is from West Africa. Wow, just look at her. Just damn, that's amazing. The next book is very, very famous on Instagram as well as YouTube under the book community, and it's from Ghana, Africa, and it's Homecoming by Ya Gyasi. Is that how you pronounce your name? Gyasi? Anyway, so this story is about two sisters who one is like sold into slavery and the other is the wife of a slave trader, and it talks about the the racist stuff like the plantations and all that. So I'm sure it's going to be disturbing, but amazing reviews. Almost everyone I know on Bookstagram has given this 5 on 5, so I trust them, and I'm sure I'm going to love this. The next book is from my very recent favorite author. I read The Midnight Library 2 months back, and I fell in love with this author's fictional worlds and how he creates them. But this book is actually a non-fiction, and it talks about his journey through anxiety. It's called Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. And I don't have anxiety and I don't really know how it feels. But I know many people who do suffer from anxiety, and I want to understand, how I can be of help. And in this book, Matt Haig apparently talks about how social media is affecting our, anxiety, which is already prevalent in today's world. So I'll just read and let you know what I feel about this because I'm not very sure if I will like it or dislike it or be neutral about it. So let's see. Next, we have this book by Deepak Chopra. It's called The Soul Leadership. And I've read one book by the same author. It's called The 12 Spiritual Laws of Success. And it was a very deep and meaningful book which had a great impact on my life in a spiritual mindset. But this book apparently talks about leadership and unlocking your potential for greatness, and it's a little damaged on the back, but I don't mind because it's a hard copy, and it does look like a second hand copy, but I'm fine because um, I love this author, and yeah, I will let you know how it goes. And next we have The Five People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Album. So I have read the Tuesdays with Maury by the same author, and that's why I got this. So this book apparently follows an old man or middle-aged man. I forgot. So he dies and he goes to heaven, and he used to think that his life was a waste of space, and he didn't really impact anyone while he was alive. But after he goes to heaven, he meets this five people who tells him something. I don't know what he tells, so that's why I got this book to read and find out. And also, I love the Bookstagram community for not spoiling this book for me at all. I mean, I've seen so many reviews of this book on like YouTube and Instagram, and nobody really tells any spoilers about any book for that matter. That's why I just love this community, and that's why I want to read this book. Like, I don't know what they say, so I will read and let you know. No, I won't let you know. Let's see. The next book that we have is by Amit Majmudar, and it's called Sitayan, and it keeps on showing up on my Amazon recommendations also, because I keep buying so many Ramayan based books from different perspectives, because I don't know what happened. Suddenly it's like I'm obsessed with that story and how many perspectives there can be. But in this book there are many perspectives of Ramayan, including a little squirrel that helped in building the bridge from India to Sri Lanka. So how adorable is that thought even? So that's why I got this book, because it's like one auto buy option for me. Anything based on Ramayana, and it's on my wish list. So there you go. I will read and let you know. And the next book is, whenever I even think about this plot, it gives me goosebumps because of the patriotic feelings that I get towards this book. It's by Salman Rushdie, and it's called Midnight's Children. It's about 10 kids who were born on the midnight of Indian independence 1947, and they are somehow magically connected in their minds. And this story revolves around how their lives get intertwined. And I don't know, man. It has like communist approach to it, liberalist approach to it. I have seen half of the movie, I must admit, and then I was like, wait, it has a book. It has a book, so I must just stop watching right now, and I will first read the book and then watch it again. It is so good. I'm recommending it even before I read it, so that's how good it is. But it's not very simple to, read. So I wouldn't recommend it to a beginner, but I just can't wait to start this book. Also, this cover has this actress Shreya. Also, in case you want to watch this movie, it's available free on YouTube. So just go and watch and let me know. DM me how you liked it or didn't like it, whatever. And next, we have this very random book that I picked up. It's called Shiru, A Story of a Loving Dog. And it's by Sudhanshu Mohanty. It's not a very popular book, but it is written from the perspective of a dog. Just just imagine how cute the story would be. So it's just a random book that I picked up, but I don't know how a dog's thought would be. So yeah, we have almost come to the end of this box, and the next book I picked up because of my friend from What's Booking, and she has given rave reviews about this book on her channel, and she recommended it to me so many times. And it includes time travel, so why not? It's called The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. So I don't really want to know anything about this book going in. I know she, did a review also, but I'm just going to dive right in and find out. Even though the book is a little bit thick, I'm sure I'm going to love this because it's magical realism. So I'll let you know. The next book I picked up because, if I'm being honest with you, Shah Rukh Khan has recommended this book in many videos, so I picked it up as if I need another good reason to buy books. No, I don't. So it follows this boy who has Asperger's syndrome, which I want to know more about. And like, he knows math, science, he's very intellectual, but when it comes to human emotions and empathy and sympathy, he's not very good at it. So it's The Curious Incident of the Dog by Mark Haddon, and it follows a dog who is a bad dog and he dies and goes to hell. Just look, oh my god, just the plot is just made me like, what? I'm going to read that, like, what? Shocking, shocking. But it's a second hand copy. It has yellow pages, which again I don't mind because it's an amazing price. In the last book, if you have watched Friends, you will know what I'm talking about. This book reminded me of Phoebe, and that's why I got it. It's called The Astonishing Color of After by Emily Pan. And this main character believes that her mother died and the mother's soul is in this bird, and it's a magical realism book. So it was an auto buy for me again. That's why I got it. I will read and let you know how it goes. So we are done with box number one. Box number two with around 15 books is sitting over there, which we will be seeing in part 2 of this video next weekend. So thanks a lot for sticking with me throughout the video if you have. And if you did like it, please like, share, subscribe to my channel so that you get to see the part 2 notification of this video. Bye.